Hey cousins, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia J, and I'm the host of the Sunday Reset podcast, where we talk about faith and self-care tips every single week. I know I've been gone for a little while. My sincerest apologies. I had some major life events come up that kind of took precedence over making content, but now that I've got that out the way, I am more than excited to be back to post regular content for you guys. So much so that I'm posting 2 episodes this week, with today being the first one, and then another one will drop on Sunday with the regular scheduled programming. Before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as it does help this channel get out to more people just like you. This week's episode is loving yourself, and the scripture is coming from Psalms chapter 139, verse 14, and it says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. That's it. That's all. It doesn't say I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made and my flaws and my poor decision making and the friends, that are bad for me that I keep around, and, you know, the negative things that I think about myself. It doesn't say that. It literally says, I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I just wanted to put that out there because I know in this season of love where people are either in relationships or they're not, it always is a good time to think about how much love you have for yourself and how you can define it more and increase it moving forward. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, if you will, about how you can love yourself more, um, and why it's important. And honestly, it's important to love yourself whether you are single or in a relationship, and to keep that individualism, but really to focus on yourself and prioritize yourself, because my mom always says, you can't love anyone if you don't love yourself. And I'm not just talking about looks, I'm talking about everything that encompasses you. Like, have you ever had to come up with a bio about yourself? I think everybody always feels like coming up with a bio is like the hardest thing to do, except for me. But maybe that's because I've done the work to recognize things that I love about myself. Excuse me. And to recognize things that I really truly enjoy and what brings me happiness. I think that that would be my first thing to kind of tell you. Like, try that as an exercise at the top of this video, and then at the end of this video, try it again to see where you are with that. But um let's go ahead and get into the tips. And I do have my notes, so I am looking down at them. But yeah, um the first thing is to advocate for yourself. Again, your self-worth and the love that you have for yourself doesn't just solely come from being attractive. Because haven't you seen a bad woman? I'm talking about super bad. Was she depressed? Right. So it's not just about the physical attraction, although it is a part of it. So if you're not feeling great in your skin, learn to love your skin. But if you have some changes that you want to make them. But advocating for yourself is really important. And that goes for you in your job, that goes for you in relationships, that goes for you in social interactions. You're going to advocate for yourself. You're not going to let anybody push you over. You're not going to let anybody deter you from making positive changes for your life. You're not going to be easily swayed in regards to the progression, the positive progression that you're trying to take for your life, because it's important. So you're going to advocate for yourself. Another thing that you should be doing to increase the amount of love that you have for yourself, um, is really reflect on the people that you chose to date, that you chose to be in a relationship with. Um, I talk about this piece because you normally date a person that, oh, before you date them, you normally attract a person that you really are, not who you think you are. I've said that in a video before, but if you are presenting yourself in a way that allows negative habits to kind of grow and fester in that kind of environment, you're going to attract a person that allows that. You're going to attract a person that really sees no problem with that, and you're not going to elevate in most situations. um, and obviously this is not a hard and fast rule, right? But you do want to take, if your relationship is not working or it didn't work, you want to take some time to reflect about the people who you are dating, because that might give you some insight as to what character traits and what things that you can work on for yourself to kind of heal that and improve that and move forward in a good um in a better state. This kind of goes hand in hand for the next one about the friends you keep. Um, literally, I always say, like, I don't have a lot of friends. Like, I really consider that, like, if you're my friend, like, I really consider you like family. And that's not everybody, because, again, I may be friendly, but I'm not like everybody's friend. So, especially with me being like, I'm really introverted most times. I'm extroverted when I'm like out in public, talking to folks, like in social settings, but like, I'd rather be at home in my bed. That's just me though. But yeah, back to like the friends. I don't have a lot of friends. I have enough. I have enough. And even with the friends group that I do keep, I have an inner circle in that I keep closer. Like, it's just the type of relationships that I feel like each person has a purpose in my life, and I have my purpose in their lives, right? I feel like each person brings something different to the table. One person helps me like keep my head straight, keep my head in the Bible, um, reminds me of, my focus on God when, things may look a little bit tougher than normal. They're really motivational in that sense. Another person helps me stay undelusional. And another thing, you're only delusional if you never get what you wanted. Like, that's, y'all, somebody gotta hear me when I say that. Like, you're only delusional when you don't get what you want. If you get what you want, then you're just ambitious. Come on now. But yeah, so that I have a person that keeps me from being totally delusional. I have somebody who would love to eat my food all the time and tell me how good it is, or tell me, what new recipes to try. I have someone who's like super good at like hosting and, you know, parties and social functions. So if I want to have a fun time, I know I can go with them and we'll have a great time. I have someone for brunches. I have someone for, but they all mingle. They all have more value than just what I'm naming off. But you are who you keep around. I don't like to do a lot of gossiping. I know women like to do a lot of gossiping, or that's a stereotype at least. But if you're noticing a lot of negative energy emitting from those friends, if after you have a conversation with them and you've given them some time to try to make some adjustments, try to work on themselves, and they're still bringing those negative habits, those negative emotions, that negative energy, like, at that point, you need to cut it loose. And I've cut people loose before, not on some I wish I'm bad. I've cut people loose so that I can grow, because I can't grow in a space that is full of thorns, full of fog, negative energy, or whatever. So just be very cautious of who you keep around, who you date. Um, because yeah, a lot of times people, like, your friends are a reflection of you too. Like, if you're out in public and let's say you're a quiet one, but all your friends are yelling, hooping, and hollering, they're gonna think automatically, people are gonna think automatically, like, you're loud too. It's kind of like that. So I just want to put that in perspective. Another thing is building stronger habits. I have a video about procrastination and I talk about habits there. So if you want to like a deeper dive into habits, go check out that video. But yeah, building stronger habits. So showing up for yourself is really, really important and a very strong way that you can show yourself love. Um, and for me, like the habit that I've been building recently is waking up at 6 a.m. and leaving the house by 6:45 so I can get to work on time, or not really on time, but a time that I feel like is reasonable because I can start work whenever, but um I want to be in and I want to be out. And normally I used to get to work like around, if I was going into the office, I used to get in there around like 9:30, 10 a.m. But that means that I have to work later. And I value my time and I value like the new habits that I'm trying to build, because I also built like in the last 45 days, like a health habit that I've been trying to keep up, which is like training for a 5K that is in April. So I'm excited about that. Um, but I feel like I'm pushing everything back. When I used to start like work like mad late, like 9 a.m., 10 a.m., I'm pushing everything back because like, and it makes it harder for me to keep that health habit, like running on the treadmill or, doing a different form of cardio or strength training or whatever, if it's 9, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night. I really don't have time to do anything else or to find time for me outside of that health habit. So starting work early in the day actually helps me to stay focused. Helps me to like stay consistent with that drive that I have to meet that goal that I want in April. So building stronger habits and holding yourself accountable is a great way that you can show yourself love. And the last one is keeping boundaries. I think I'm gonna do another episode about that next week, maybe about boundary keeping, because I have a lot of people that ask me a lot of times, like, how do you set a boundary and keep it? I'm standing on one right now, and it's been like that for, I don't want to say a month or so. And honestly, it's hard. Like, this one is like super hard. But it's a boundary I need to keep because it's important for me to respect my values. And when your values are strong, you being able to keep your boundary in place will come to you. It really will. So, but I'm gonna leave that short there, and I will talk about more about boundary keeping, setting boundaries, finding the values that really um, sit with you next week, probably. I'm gonna write that down so I don't forget. And then the last thing I want to give to you guys before I let you go, or before you click away, is are you really hot or are you not? So it's a little acronym I like thought about. It like came to me like at the top of the year, and I was like, this is kind of cute. I gotta share it. So are you hot or are you not? Hot stands for, are you hungry? Are you optimistic? And are you transparent? And this is referring to yourself, for yourself, and how it relates to loving yourself is a lot of times like you can have an idea but not have the drive to do it. And that could be for a lot of things, distractions, life events, whatever. But one thing about it is, I know like for the 5K that I want to run, like I am so determined to do it. I'm so hungry to do it. Like nothing is going to stop me. So my hot meter is up. It's up. Another thing is my optimism. I don't ever want to really hear you guys setting a goal and then backhanding it and saying, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't think I can ever get there. This is not really possible for me. I've never seen somebody like me do it. You're never gonna back down, okay? You gotta be optimistic. And like I said before earlier, you can be a little delusional when it comes to your goals, but be a little bit realistic. Like, you don't want to set yourself up for failure, but you're only delusional if you never get what you are looking for. So, and the ambition, if you actually get it, is what you have. Like, that's the result of it. So that is the optimism piece, and extremely optimistic. I ain't saying I'm gonna be the first one across the line. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be the first. I might even be the last. But hey, at least I'm not on the sidelines. Um, and so that's my optimism. And then transparency, being honest with at least yourself. Because you can't be honest with others if you don't even know how to be honest with yourself. If you're not feeling great, be honest with yourself about that. If you don't feel like, you know, maybe you set a goal and you stuck with it for like 2, 3 weeks and it still feels unattainable, and you have to set a smaller goal to reach your stretch goal, be honest with yourself. Like, you don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't even really have to prove anything to yourself, because as I mentioned at the very beginning with the scripture, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. By who? By God. Like, literally, the omniscient, the omnipotent, divine energy, power. Like, you just don't know. You don't know like how well he made you. You don't have anything to prove to anyone, but you do have to hold yourself accountable and being transparent with yourself. So again, currently my hot meter is out the roof. It's out the roof. But yeah, that's it. I'm at the end of my video. I'm not even gonna edit this junk. I'm literally just gonna post it because that's real. Um you know, my birthday is on Saturday, y'all. I'm excited. I'm excited. So, um, yeah, but I'll see y'all on Sunday again. Y'all will get a new episode on Sunday too. So don't forget again to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on them bell notifications. Turn them on. Okay. Bye, cousins. You're glowing and you're glowing always. And I love this look on you.